stop. Brian?
All right, Lillian, good morning. And I've seen you talking about Juventus, which is an Italian club. I have a story about one footballer from an Italian club known as Pescara. But later on, after we've seen some of the highlights on what is trending in the world of social media and entertainment this morning, and a particular video of a Tanzanian man praying so that his car won't be swept away by floods has really gone viral. He prayed for more than 7 minutes. He actually prayed for more than 7 minutes so that his car won't be swept away by floods. Let's listen in.
Shetani anajifanya ana nguvu, lakini jina lako lina nguvu zaidi. Katika jina la Yesu. Baba, nayaona mafuriko, lakini gari hili haliondoki kwa jina la Yesu. Haliondoki kwa jina la Yesu. Haliondoki kwa jina la Yesu.
And right there, that is the car after the waters have subsided. That is the power of prayer. He says katika jina la Baba gari hili haliondoki. Na halikuondoka. Alright, for those people out there who probably didn't believe in the power of prayer, at least by that one testimony, it shows that prayers indeed do work. And moving on to another story that has got people talking is about former Vitimbi actress, and name is Nyasuguta. And she now says her curvy physique has often made her find herself in trouble with men. And she says that in more than one instance, men have resorted to hitting on her once they realize how curvy she is. Let's listen in to what she told me exclusively.
Kama nimekaa nikisimama unaniye look yenye mtu ametoa unajua, alafu unaona ile kati kakifisi, yani unaona ayewe mbona narudi chini na kaa chini, unajua kwa hiyo mtu amekuja ananimika nimekaa chini, tumeongea excuse me, hata niende kwa nikisimama unasikia nikirudi topic imechange, imekuwa kwanza kunikatia.
Alright, that is trouble. Sometimes curvy women, rather, who have curvy physique often go through. You realize you go out on a date to talk matters business, and he finds you seated. Na wakati umeamka kidogo ukirudi anakuambia, wacha tuweke hii gazeti kando kidogo, hii plans kando kidogo, tuanze kuongea mimi na wewe. I don't know how women actually do handle such kind of attention and attraction by men. And moving on to another story, still on matters relating to men and women, gospel singer Otieno has advised men to love their wives regardless of the situation of turbulence they are undergoing in their marriage, and that particular new woman who the men probably meet in the office is not as good as the woman that they left at home. And in her own words, she says, mwenye anakutengeneza ndio yafaa umpende. Yule mwenye amekupata kama ushatengenezwa probably is after you based on the person that she is seeing at that particular point. Let's listen into exactly what she said.
You go to the office, you meet this lady. She's ready with her makeup on.
Yes.
She looks so beautiful with her, high heels.
Her high heels and long nails.
And they're all long nails, and everything looks so beautiful to you. And you start comparing this one in the office with your wife back at home. And you tend to think that this is the best one for you. You forget the one at home. Let me tell you, this one, the one that made
sure that
you look very well. This is the best. And it's only that they don't know.
I don't know, men out there, if you do not know that the one who dresses you at home is the one whom you should love more compared to maybe the new person that you meet. Now, Waswahili wanasema there's something about mbachao. Usiache mbachao kwa mswali upitao. Basically, that means don't leave that particular person whom you've really known for the longest time and you know them in and out, and go for this particular new person whom you hardly know anything about. So men hapo nje kama uko na bibi, priority number 1 kwake. Alright, moving on to the farthest international scene, that is in Australia. Alan Jones, the CEO of an Australian carrier known as Qantas, was on Tuesday attacked with a cream pie at a business event. What exactly happened is the guy, that is Alan Joyce, had just started delivering his speech when one person dressed in a suit walked up right behind him and decided to smear cream pie on his face. Take a look at that video and we'll talk about it.
Here to announce the heck. Here to announce the heck. I don't know what that was about. Excuse me. I might take a break to announce the heck. Here to announce the heck. I don't know what that was about.
All right, that is Alan Joyce, the CEO of Qantas Airlines in Australia. And imagine this, you've taken up to the stage and you want to deliver that speech, maybe give a financial statement or position of the company, and probably you've made profits. And that is what you get when you are just about to deliver that particular speech. I don't know, some people. But the guy was arrested, and he is still being held in custody because this happened on Tuesday. And he hasn't given any particular reason as to why he resorted to that particular stunt. It's just not right at all. Lilian, what do you think of that? Probably you delivering a speech somewhere and just somebody from nowhere pops up and does that.
I don't think Kenyans are as diplomatic. That would have ended badly.
Yeah, Kenyans are not such diplomatic and even stand before the people and give make light about it, because he was asked what was the taste of that particular cream pie, and he said that I haven't tasted it yet. It is my glasses which did actually taste it, not my mouth. All right, let's move on to another story, still on the farthest international scene, and this time round in Europe. Ghanaian footballer Sule Muntari protested a racial abuse directed at him by fans at a Pescara stadium when his team, that is Pescara, was playing against Cagliari on April 30th. And when Muntari stormed toward the referee to bring to his attention that he had been abused racially, the referee resorted to showing him a yellow card. And in protest, Muntari decided, you know what, Pescara will have to play man less. I'm walking out of this pitch. I can't take these particular racial tones anymore. Let's just listen into what he had to say, but this is after a short clip showing what exactly happened.
Maybe sometimes it's frustration. Frustration meaning there's no work, there's no job. So whenever I see you coming, of course you coming in my country to work, or you coming, the little food that I have, you coming for it. So definitely I'm gonna hate you. So that is part of racism, and that's part of it.
All right, Sule Muntari right there says that probably the reason as to why he was racially abused is because some inhabitants of Italy, see, this guy has come all the way from Africa, that is in Ghana, to come and take up a good job, a well-paying job like a footballer. And so, because we are unemployed and this guy is employed in our own land, I think it will only be fair for us to express our dissent by taunting him racially. Racial abuse. And we've seen cases of xenophobic attack in South Africa, not even far from us, just South Africa, where people say, you know what, you're not from this country and we can't stomach you here because you're taking our jobs. Muntari said food. Food too. Saiba ya unga imepanda. Lilian, I don't know, maybe if you could chip in the case of racial discrimination. How serious, how deep-trenched is it?
I was watching CNN, I think a day ago, and one of the analysts actually said that in Italy, particularly in Italy, racism against soccer players, footballers is quite on the rise. So I suppose it's an issue, well, across the world, I suppose, but Italy is as out of control as regards those jibes and mean statements they make.
Yeah, and another footballer actually who's experienced racism and racist attacks is Mario Balotelli, and even now went from AC Milan and joined Nice in France, simply because he couldn't stomach the racial prejudice that was taking place in Italy, just as you said it right, Lilian. And finally, Davido, Skeleu star has welcomed his second child with his American girlfriend known as Amanda. And Davido broke the news on Snapchat on Tuesday evening, and he disclosed that his new child, or rather his daughter's name, is Hailey. Wow, what a lovely name. And it will be remembered that in 2015, Davido welcomed his first child, daughter again. Her name is Imade, with another woman known as Sophie Momodu. And sometime last year, Davido and Sophie Momodu took to social media to throw unprintable abuses at each other, just to show how much they were no longer an item. But sometime this year, Davido was seen hugging Sophie Momodu and declaring his love for Momodu. Now there is Momodu and there is Amanda, with either of them having a child for Davido. Congratulations, Davido, on your second child. Alright, that is all we had from the news trends this hour. My name is Brian Okoth, and for more of this entertainment news, gossip, celebrity news that is comprehensive, log on to www.edaily.co.ke. And until then, do have a fulfilling day ahead. Over to you, Lillian.
Thanks for that, Brian. Very interesting. Davido is actually 24 years old, so I don't know where all this energy is. Well, yeah, that's where all that energy is coming from. He's 24, and you know, he sings that song 30 billion for your account, so I suppose, you know, he can afford all those babies.
Yeah, and it's very cocky. There's a song he says, and I remember back when in my fatherland I was 19 and I'm richer than. In other words, he's saying that he was 19 and richer than all of us in Africa.
But you know, he is Dangote's nephew, right? So he comes from a very wealthy lineage.
Yes.
I suppose that's why the girls are all scampering there. Anyway, thank you for that, Brian. It's time now to continue with news-making headlines at this hour with Salim Swale, still with Citizen Extra. Salim, how are you?
Salama sana Lilian, ujambo?
Salama.
Ndio. Na mbio kuna wakati unamalizana na Brian hapo. Nasikia kuna waelekezi huko wanamwambia Brian, unaweza kutafuta mafunzo ya uimbaji na nyimbo za kufoka inaonekana ndo hali ilivyo. Lakini Lilian, kabla hatujamwacha Brian aondoke, nadhani swala zima hili la kudukua na kutafuta umbea wa mtandaoni ni jambo ambalo si kazi ya kumla pweza gizani, Brian.
Si kazi rahisi, kwa sababu showbiz ya Kenya ukiangalia sana haina mbwembwe. Kwa Swahili wanasema haina kiki. So wakati mwingi inabidi tumetembea kutoka Kenya tukaenda Tanzania, Uganda, kwenda Nigeria kutafuta wale wasanii ambao wana kiki kama Davido, Diamond Platnumz, Alikiba. Kwa hivyo si rahisi vile watu wanaweza dhani hapo nje. Alafu pia kuna wale watu ambao hawataki kuzungumza. Ndio wana story, wana hadithi ambayo inaweza kuvunja site vile tunasema, lakini hawataki kuzungumzia.
Asante sana. Asante sana Brian, na vile vile Lilian kwa kuweza kuwa nasi kwa muda huo wa takriban saa 3 kwa ajili ya kutuletea matangazo ya Kiingereza. Mtazamaji, mimi nitakuwa nawe kwa muda wa sasa mpaka pale takriban saa 7. Tutakuwa na Citizen Extra awamu ya Kiswahili, na kusihi usende mbali, mengi mazuri yapo kwa ajili yako.